Banana slam jam.
Okay, welcome back everybody. Got ourselves a BSJ replay. We got ourselves a 2900 MMR Position 1 Templar Assassin. Hey BSJ, I've been struggling to get to 3k. Looks like you're right there, my friend. I figured it would help if I got better with some more meta carries. That will help. I remember you saying TA was pretty good, so I tried her out. We lost this game, and I was the reason why. I felt like the lane went okay, but after that, I didn't know TA's power spikes. Felt like I farmed a bit too much, had no impact in fights, wasn't confident with my hero, and so on. Late game, I had some tilt deaths and got flamed hard for my no BKB build. A couple things I like to look at is the laning stage and maybe some tips on how to lane properly as TA, what her power spikes look at, and how teamfights should go as TA. Sure, man. In the future, if you're going to submit replays, I'm not saying this didn't happen, but ideally you would submit me like the 5th game of the hero you're playing. Like, if this is your first TA game, it's going to be a lot about just like very, very simple things you should do on TA, but it's okay if it is. It's just like, if you feel them out a little bit, I can give you a lot more concrete information. But okay. I don't like pre-skilling. You're also not close enough to the rune to hit anybody. All of TA's abilities can be pretty good, level 1. Q helps you CS. Side Blades kind of helps you harass a little bit through creeps. You definitely have no idea that TA is literally melee range before Side Blades. We're gonna defensively aggro. So, a really big tip for TA is that her only way to secure range is meld. So right here, I would walk to like right here and meld strike the range. So what you can even do is notice that Bristleback's like not here yet. And so like right at this moment, you should walk back and hit the range. And the reason why is because TA is like really bad at getting range, and this applies to any carry. It's like, if the offlaner's not quite here yet, killing that enemy range creep right away is a really big deal. Because like, if you can just secure the range creep, especially it's like solo XP and everything, it'd be sick. But instead, you're going to get kind of bullied away once Bristleback shows up. So one big part of CSing as carry is taking opportunities that the opponent gives you. Like, knowing that your hero's not good at getting certain creeps, knowing that, like, if the opponent's here, they'll take your creeps, or, like, make it hard to get them. So, yeah, definitely something for you to think about. You're just giving up a range creep again. Very slow on these range creeps. That alone is a massive problem with your laning phase. You have virtually no consideration for range creeps. Maybe that's just a TA thing. You're against Bristle and you didn't go Wand or Stick. In the starting items, I probably would have just gone Wand with Triple Branch against Bristle. Your hero uses a lot of mana. I would have even considered just going Refraction level 1, because you can spam it because you're against Bristle. So notice how you're having a lot of sustain issues. Refraction's the one spell that does that for you.
Thanks and have fun.
You're not using Melt Strike at all to secure creeps. You're using it on enemy heroes. Everything that comes first in lane is creeps, my friend. Always. Yeah, I mean, you're against Bristle and you're not buying Stick. Kind of yikes. You definitely need to iron out some TA games. Go into some CS trainer, practice TA. You probably want to do her in a lobby, though, because TA is very different with Side Blades or not. So you probably want to practice this hero in a lobby. Well, I don't know why you refuse to Melt Strike range creeps. It's very interesting. You're willing to Melt Strike a support, but not Melt Strike for a range creep. So your priorities are just way off. Like, the most important creeps to get in lane are range creeps, and you've probably had like 3 or 4 opportunities to get them, and I don't think you've gotten a single one. So there's another one gone. Wraithband is not an item you really need on TA. She doesn't benefit all that much from armor because of refraction. She doesn't really need attack speed because of refraction, having limited charges. So your itemization is, in my opinion, way off. I would have probably just gone straight Wand, 3 branches to start the game. Fly myself some tangos, probably early boots. So the way TA plays is she wants to buy as few laning items as possible because the hero flash farms jungle. She's not the strongest laner, and she flash farms jungle. So buying Wraithband makes even less sense on her because she doesn't really lane. Like, she wants to leave lane as soon as reasonably possible, and even if she's still quote-unquote laning at like 6 minutes, It's her pushing the wave and then farming because the hero just freely pushes the wave with side blades. So picking items that are intending you to like stay in the lane just don't work. It's just not the way TA wants to play. There's really no lane, no matter what, that's efficient for TA past like 6 minutes because the hero farms jungle so fast. If you're losing, you usually can't lane. If you're winning, you usually don't want to lane because you're just... I mean, when I say you don't want to lane, you walk out to the lane, you 3-shot the creep wave, and you walk away. You know, like, you're still farming the lane, right? So, all about that says, you know, you buy the only items necessary to play the lane. And this one, against Bristle, you definitely need a wand, like, starting items. Boots are really important on TA because of meld strike positioning. If you're against a lane where you don't really need the boots, or... you don't feel like you need the boots, I'll go ban of Elven Skin component of treads. Basically, minimal laning items. If you buy stat items to start the game because you didn't go wand, like say you didn't need a stick or whatever in lane, you'd go like double slipper but never get a Wraith Band. You wouldn't spend the money to upgrade the Wraith Band at all because your items that you need are treads and a Blightstone. Those are the items you need by the point that you want to be jungling. If you can be half laning and jungling, or mainly just jungling, and you have treads, you're golden. This hero's like living the dream. The only way like TA can kind of go poorly is if your lane goes so badly that you're not laning and you don't have treads, okay? Any game that I've gotten to treads like reasonably before I start jungle feels really easy. But all the games that I've lost on TA, I feel like it's because my lane went so poorly that I couldn't even get to that point. It's okay if you're gonna miss these melt strikes because it's a very hard skill to use properly. But yeah. So a lot of little basic tips on TA here will go a long way for you, I think. Stop hitting heroes, just hit creeps. A lot of defensive aggro in this type of lane now. You don't want to interact with opponent at this point. Just hit these creeps forward. Just hit them. Work on the side blade usage. Hit. Get out of here. Hit, and go jungle. And this is right when you walk in the jungle. Okay? So, the thing about why I say jungle, actually, you can probably stay in lane because they pushed it into you. If the creeps kept going, you don't really want to walk up here. But if the lane's going to meet in front of your tower like it just did, you can stay in lane. Absolutely. Okay? So, let me be clear. On TA, if the lane's not going so hot, you don't really walk past, like, right here. So, I was saying you should go jungle, but they actually cleared the creeps for you. So that means you should just wait for the next 2 creep waves to meet. Stay again. Clear creeps. Just hit them. Hit them. Stop wasting my time. Hit some creeps. Please stop wasting my time. You're wasting your own time. Every second you waste is so precious on this hero because she farms so fast. Notice how you walked out of tower range and it felt like ass. Now you're just standing here. Okay, now is the time where you finish maybe one more creep. Nope. This is when I'm out. This is a waste of your time. Notice this? I predicted this before it happened. Why? Because it's the same thing every game on TA. This is not good for you to get that kill. I know it seems like, hey, we killed Ogre and all that shit. You lost 600 HP and you're not farming. This isn't worth it to you. Notice how when you walked out of your tower range, it wasn't worth it for you anymore. So the winning lane on TA, you're pushing the lane to like right here and leaving. Losing lanes on TA, you're literally defending your tower and leaving. That's it. This is a really important mindset to get into. Knowing when to return to lane as TA. It's a really important skill on all carries, but TA specifically, you could be flash farming jungle, instead you're just holding your dick under tower. It's a really big issue. I have to imagine if you're this bad at it on TA, like, it's not that I want to say you're this bad in the sense that, like, you're just so bad at TA. What I'm saying is you're not even close. So what that tells me is you don't think about this very much, okay? And that's fine. Like, some people in 2900 I feel like are pretty good at this, and some people have, like, never really practiced this. So what this means for you as a carry is you're not critically thinking about where in the lane you can farm. Right now, when the lane's out here, notice how I want you to feel it. I want you to notice when you're playing newer heroes. Where in the lane does it feel like you can walk to at any given moment and not feel like it's trash? So what I mean by feel like it's trash is the lane was right here, you walked up, and 2 heroes ran at you, and your response was to run away. That's what it means by feeling like trash. Like, it doesn't feel good. So you gotta be more in tune with where the lane is and how that pertains to your ability to, like, want a lane. So, a lot of holding our dick. thing about TA is with traps in level 6, you're really good at contributing to kills. So if your teammates are like ganking your lane, what you'll do is you'll be in the jungle, but you'll be like around here, you know? And you go help your team if they are helping your lane. Like, you go contribute to kills just like this. So usually when I lay traps in relevant areas that the opponent will be leaving the lane or entering it. So I'll put a trap like right here, I'll put a trap like right here, put a trap like right here. And what these do is it just guards all the paths, so I kind of know who's entering and leaving my area. It's like probably the most broken part about TA as a carry, is that she kind of just protects herself. So trap usage is like really important for that. And it's a lot about just like kind of scouting your own ganks. So you push out this wave and then you leave. This is finding the moment where I have no doubt in my mind you are supposed to leave. Okay. You're definitely gonna have to get a feel for side blading creeps. Looks like Bristle's just not here anymore. Okay. So he's actually letting you lane more than he should be, I think. That's okay. You're gonna walk away in jungle? Good. I need you to tread swap when you use refraction. If you're not tread swapping to use refraction, I mean, it's just a straightforward skill. I need you to go 4-1-2, skill build, you max refraction. This ability doesn't help you farm. It helps you hit from further range. Like, that doesn't make you farm faster. This is the ability that makes you farm faster. Maybe 2-point side blades, depending on the lane, but that's max. Usually at level 7, it's 4-1-1. Sometimes you'll put a second point in it. But going 2-1-4 is definitely not a thing. So what you can do on TA, and I highly recommend it based on what I'm watching right now, is go into a private lobby. Here, I'm literally going to show you what I want you to do, okay? You custom lobbies, create lobby, cheats are on, start game. You're going to do this exact thing. You're going to do this like 4 times, and it's going to blow your mind how much it's going to help you. You're going to pick TA. You're gonna skip ahead. You're gonna push. You're gonna follow along here. Start game. Gold like 2,000. Give yourself treads. Wand. Blightstone. This is fine. Gold. I guess 2,300 would be better. So it's like Quelling Blade. And then you're gonna go level up. 6. You're gonna give yourself. These skill builds, you're going to teleport yourself to here. You're going to spawn neutrals. And then you're just going to practice this shit. You're going to like lay traps in all the entrances. You're going to practice using side blades. So what you'll notice is the way the creeps walk, it kind of helps to alternate a lot. It's hard for me to talk about this. But you're going to start learning when to use meld when it's like 1 creep left. You know, you're going to like, oh, traps are off cooldown again. Lay one in here. Notice there's like kind of like a kiting motion to TA when you're trying to use side blades. So if you ever have a stack, so like I'll show you about a stack real quick. Oops. It's really hard to talk while I do this actually. Okay. So we're gonna, what you can do to make stacks without it being the minute mark is to do this.
I sense some mystery.
Okay, if you ever have a stack, you want to lay a trap in it so that it slows the creeps. Then you back off. And notice how you kind of just get used to this. You know, I want you to get used to like this little kiting motion that TA does. You learn the pathing of these creeps, and then you're just going to get better at using side blades. This is like, there's no fanciness to this. If you want to get good at heroes like TA, their farming mechanic is just unique to this hero, right? So if you just play games and go through the motions in the game, and you don't actually like practice individual moments like this, it'll just take you a lot more games to get better. And you're gonna like lose along the way. It's gonna be like really frustrating because your farming patterns on TA just suck, you know? A lot of people actually buy Bassi on TA for similar reasons of what you're seeing here, where you just kind of run out of mana. So a lot of times there'll be a Bassi in people's inventory at this stage in the game for this. So notice how like none of the items TA really has are laning items. All these items are meant for this stage of the game. This is the way you're playing, right? So that's what you need to do. You just do that until you feel like using side blades is natural to you. If you want to learn a hero and like make use of your time without just chunking MMR, you need to do this kind of stuff. So yeah, you're not setting up traps in entrances. Big deal. You feel way safer. You are way safer. Sideblade usage is not the best. Farming pattern here is decent though. Should walk back to lane. Yeah, you see them all bottom. Good, you walk back to lane. Probably go one more wave because you see them all bottom here. The thing about this is you don't care about this Enchantress. I need you to not be afraid of one guy. You don't care about him. Like, you're not trying to kill him. You're just pushing the creep wave, and you do it really fast. So as long as you're not going to die, if there's a guy in your lane and you're thinking, like, that guy's kind of annoying, literally just walk up, 3-shot the wave, and leave. You know? It's a lot of experience for how much time you spend. You'll maybe spend 100 mana if you use Refraction, and, like, 100 mana for, like, 100 mana plus, like, 4 seconds of your time to kill a creep wave is, like, totally worth it. This is why you buy Bassi instead of this Wraith Band. Take Traps level 2. Please max out Refraction. The thing is, man, here's the deal. I totally understand this is why you submitted a replay, but I'm hopefully in the future going to save you money. Please research skill builds on heroes that you're going to learn. It's really important. Just pull up some pro match on Dota Buff, on Dota 2 Pro Tracker. It doesn't really matter what. And just copy their skill build. Like, the skill build is a skill build I've never seen in my fucking life on TA. So what it tells me is you're kind of like, I want to learn TA, I'm just going to pick her. But you got to have a mission. You got to, like, do it smart. You know, you got to, like, study exactly what items people are buying and exactly what skill builds they're doing. Otherwise, it's just going to take you, what, 10, 20 games of, like, feeling it out to kind of understand what skills are good. So the idea is, when you're learning a new hero, the mechanics of the hero are going to be awkward for you. So, like, you're not used to the hero. You're not really sure of their power spikes. But at the very least, you can buy the right items and skill the right abilities. Then you'll start learning to, like, use the traps and all that kind of stuff. So you're going to back off here. Yeah, but traps at entrances, like, this one should be on the high ground. There should be one right here. They had a sentry, I know, but, like, here, you can do, like, here, where people are going to walk, you know? You want to make your way to Ancients sooner than this, I would say. You're kind of sticking here a bit too long. Like, the opponent's bringing a lot of heroes top, and Ancients are kind of just going unfarmed. So, I feel like what happens is you're going to naturally want to leave top at some point. You're going to have to kind of look out for this, where, like, your OD TP's top, and, like, you see 2 heroes top. You're kind of done there. I think that's the moment where you're supposed to be done top. And just keep an eye out for this moment. Like, I don't know why you're allergic to your Ancients right now. I know you're new to TA, so you're not confident, but please, man, don't go to fights. What is this shit? What makes this hero strong is that she farms, like, 20 creeps a minute with, like, no items. Please, you make your way to Ancients. Don't do this. This is, you're literally BSJ right now.
A dominating performance.
I don't care about the results. That shouldn't really be optimal for you. Okay, we have Deso now. Still seemingly allergic to Ancients. So, I've got like a bajillion things for you to work on as a carry. You're 2900 MMR. There's going to be a lot of conceptual things you don't know, and there's going to be a lot of efficiencies you don't know. So what I've worked on, or what I've told you to work on, needs to be done one at a time, okay? So the thing is, if you're going to work on what I'm talking to you about now, highly recommend picking the same hero and over again. If you want to learn TA, that's fine. Just pick TA second round like every single game, okay? That's fine, because we want to eliminate as many variables as possible. So what I'm about to tell you is that what's happening is I look at the clock, 1958. That's something that I do every single time I'm finishing a creep wave. Every time I'm finishing a creep wave, I want to know in my head if the jungle camps are about to spawn, where the next creep wave is in my lane, right? I want to know, like, if I'm going to stick around. Basically, the clock tells you everything. So what the clock 1958 tells me is that the enemy's next creep wave is somewhere like right here. And that's something you need to know. Like, you need to know approximately where these creep waves are based on the minute. Are you going to be perfect? Or not minute, but the second on the minute. Are you going to be perfect? Absolutely not. But honestly, with a little bit of critical thinking, like meaning like putting a lot of effort into this and just paying attention and like 5 minutes of studying, you'll get this shit down in like 25 games. Like, I'm telling you, you'll know where the creep waves are after like 25 games. And it's super important as a carry. Why is it important? Because right now, you just finished a creep wave. So like, here's what I'm thinking for you. 20 minutes, that means the creep wave's like right here, right? It's gonna be coming into your vision in like 2 seconds. What happens here is I'm thinking, okay, so because I know where that creep wave is, I'm gonna map out my farming pattern. So it's like, okay, there's a bristle right in front of me. I'm gonna go farm this creep camp real quick, and then I'm gonna come back and clear this wave because it's right here, and then I'm gonna back off, right? Because the next creep wave's like all the way back here. You know, I'm not gonna wait for this one. So what this kind of helps you do is like clear areas and leave. It's like, okay, I got this creep wave and I'm out. The way you're playing, you're just gonna leave random creep waves. Like that's what's effectively gonna happen. So notice how there's just a creep wave, like you see it right there, and you just leave. You ignore this camp, you're not fighting for territory. Like every little camp you get is a 2 camp swing because you're not farming it and Bristleback will farm it because you saw him there. So the reason why this is so important is because you saw a bunch of heroes in the game. So like you're perfectly safe. You're playing purely like a farm battle right now, and you're just kind of giving him, you're ignoring a creep wave, you gave him an extra small camp that could have been yours, and you're leaving a lane that needs to be pushed. So what happens here, instead of walking from here to clear this creep wave, you're either going to leave the creep wave, which is bad, or you're going to walk all the way from here to here, which is, you know, an extra 5 seconds of your time. Yeah, there you go. See? And what happens is, if you had not had to do that, you would have finished this camp over here at like 2040, and then you're walking to the Ancients, you know? That's an extra 12 seconds to go walk over there, finish, like go stack the Ancients. So what you're seeing is the effect of farming slowly, farming conceptually incorrectly and farming slowly. You're basically pinning yourself on this side of the map because you suck at efficiency on TA. And that's totally fine, but this is concepts that are not just TA related, like knowing when the creep waves are coming, knowing like, you know, how fast a hero farms and shit. These are not unique to TA. So what I'm seeing here is a lot of people ask me, how do I make sure I hit my timings? How do I make sure I go to the right parts of the map and all that kind of stuff? If you're just farming slower than you're supposed to farm, the only solution is to farm faster. I know that sounds like so like forehead, just farm faster. But if you're not farming properly, like you see here, you're not going to have that little window of like 10 seconds where there's no creeps to hit, and it seems very obvious to walk to your Ancients. You're not going to have that moment because it isn't there. You're going to keep walking back and forth between top lane.
I was meant to have this.
Because what happens with Deso on TA is you farm so fast that in 40 seconds, you can clear this creep wave that I told you to start at the 2040, or sorry, at 20 minutes flat, you would have farmed this creep wave. And then in that 40 seconds, you can clear all of this. Like, that's what it is, you know? So what happens is between 20 minutes and 2040, you farmed that one creep wave and all of these camps. And then what ends up happening is people say, like, when do I rotate on the map and shit? Well, you finished all these camps fast enough, you know? You've got an extra 12 seconds that you don't have anything to do with. And that's when you can kind of, like, reposition yourself on the map. But if you don't have that extra 12 seconds, then you just never move. You never go anywhere. You just sit here over and over again. Same idea. Dude, there's a bunch of heroes mid. Please walk down the lane and clear the next wave. The next wave's approximately, like, right here. So if you meet it, you'll meet it, like, right here. And look at what's happening on the map right now. Right? Go for those extra waves. It's so important to do this. You're just leaving a wave unfarmed. You can TP to fights, my friend. You can TP to this fight. Farm this creep wave, hit this tower, and if the fight is still going and it looks good to TP, then you TP, which gives you an option. If the fight's no longer going, just kill the tower. So you walking towards your team rather than walking away from them to farm and then TP to the fight because you have one, that's a standard carry blunder. That's a no. That's what the TP is for, my friend. Please do not force Roche like this. This is making me incredibly nervous. Oh god, I guess it worked. Forcing Roche because, I mean, I guess Spectre Haunt was on cooldown. I guess that was what you guys were thinking. Maybe it's okay. Maybe it's okay, I guess. I think of it as forcing because you had like no mana, and if the opponent just showed up, they'd probably take Roche from you. So this is the same thing. You know, why are you leaving? What I see as a carry is farm, 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 Another wave that's right here. Farm, 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 farm. Where are you going with 50 mana, my friend? Where art thou going? Where art thou going, my friend? Now we get to sit here not farming. Well, that was about 4 camps. 4 camps and a creep wave that you're just not getting right now? Dude, that's so much. You're noticing, please buy a Bassi. Oh, this hurts.
Killing spree.
What makes TA broken as a carry is her ability to set up the lanes for her team. You clear the map so fast. You kill creeps so fast. The lanes should be pushed into the opponent. You have traps scouting out for you, so you feel safe. You have refraction plus blink dagger, so it's really hard to initiate onto you. You literally kill a creep wave in like half a second. Like, it just dies, and you didn't even like do anything. You just right-clicked it. And what you're doing is, look at these lanes, man. Into your lane, into your tower, like on your side of the map. Oof. Oof, my friend. Oof. So you need to prioritize farm. You need to prioritize killing the creeps. What's gonna happen is, you need to kill creeps faster, you need to learn the timings on the map, and if you're asking me when to fight and when to farm as TA, I'll quickly tell you, the reason why you fight on TA is because there's literally no creeps left. Like, you farm them so fast that you're like, oh, I've killed all these camps down here, and there's a fight going on mid. I guess I'll walk to it. Because there's literally nothing left. That's pretty much TA in a nutshell. This hero can get like 800 GPM by 20 minutes if given like free farm. Like literal free farm, you can have 16k net worth at 20 minutes. Like, is that expected? No, but like I'm saying, the hero's kit naturally farms so fast that like you don't even need to like do anything fancy. So it's like, you know, your bottom here. Dude, just farm these creep camps, man. It's 20 feet, it's 25:53, and there's just 2 creep camps. You need to make it your mission if you want to gain MMR of learning to farm really fucking fast. Whatever is going on in your head, the lack of confidence on TA, maybe your supports in your games or offlaners or whatever have pinged you because you're not showing up to fights. Let me warn you, man, that shit never fucking ends, okay? It never ends. But as TA, you are supposed to have 20 creeps a minute when you are farming. That is how you win the game. Because if you do that properly, you will carry your team, you'll have a ton of items, and there's going to be no creeps left on the map, and you're going to naturally show up to fights and kill everybody. So that's really it from me for TA. That's my replay analysis for you. In terms of no BKB or whatever, I don't care. I need you to, like, you probably should have bought a BKB at some point. The games where I've lost on TA, I didn't have a BKB, and I was super farmed. I'd say like latest 4th item. But yeah, man, that's it for me for this game. A lot of little things for you to work on. Good luck.